A very good evening, one and all. So now let us start with the session without wasting the time. We welcome you all warmly to this session, which is problem solving. As educators, we all know that every day there is some or the other problem in our life, whether it is professional life or personal life. So today we are going to, explore few ideas about what is problem solving and how can one solve the problems, maybe it's in personal life or professional life, in his or her life. For this, I would like to welcome our resource persons of SNTTC, as well as educators from Bangalore, as well as Chennai. Mrs. Ashwini is from Bangalore and Mrs. Gayatri is from Chennai. Um, they both are also soft skill trainers. And now it's time that we listen to them. Before that, for 1 minute, I would request you all to write down the basic problems which you people have in your professional and personal life. Divide a page into two parts. One part professional life and the other part personal life, and jot down the problems. Okay, you can take 2 minutes for this. Hope everyone started doing this. Yes or no? Can I get a yes or no from anyone? Participants? Oh my God, is the whole session going to be like this without any interaction? Am I not audible, Ashwini?
You're audible, sir.
Hi, good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. I just joined. I didn't know what to say, so I would like to. Sorry.
Ashwini ma'am, can you kindly repeat
Hello.
it for her?
Yes. Yes. Ma'am, what you
Hello.
have to do is you have to take down a paper. You have to divide the paper into two parts and you have to write one
Okay.
side about the problems which you face personally and other side you have to write the problems which you face professionally.
Okay.
Sir has given 2 minutes time. In 2 minutes you have to write and share, ma'am.
Yes. So can we hear to someone who has completed? We don't want to ask you your personal problems because people might not feel comfortable with it. But still, you can share with us your professional problems. Who is coming forward?
Sir, I am Satyavati from Wales Vidyashram.
Okay, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're very much audible, ma'am. Please come,
Yes.
start.
Problems related to family life as well as workplace, right, sir? Yeah. Related to workplace, we have prejudices. Can you hear me?
Prejudices. Okay, yes, you are audible, ma'am. Continue.
Yes. Prejudices and expectations from management. Management is too much and work pressure also. And salary norms is very low comparing to our work. And there is no work recognition everywhere. Not only in, I'm not talking about Wales, it's happening everywhere, right? Yeah, it's a common problem, right?
Of course.
Yes. In family, as well as in family, if you think about family, we have misunderstanding between
spouse.
spouse as well as family members, as well as the disobedience of children and academic expectations from children. And ours, as parents, we do expect, right, up to cross the limit, right? Our boundaries are high on, and we do force the children, and we do not thinking about children's capacity.
Okay.
We do force them. Unnecessarily, that creates the problem, right, sir?
Yes, wonderful. Okay, so most of the people will be having the same problems. Now, as we have very less time, Rashika ma'am, would you like to share?
Work problem, I have certain major problems, sir.
Okay.
There are certain very disruptive students in my class who like to make sounds, who like to instigate others into not doing their homework also, and being very arrogant about it. To the extent that when complained to their parents, when it's a repeated behavior, because I've been teaching these children, now they are in the 12th. I'm teaching them in the 12th. I've taught them in the 10th and 11th too. They have threatened their parents to commit suicide or run away. So parents have given up. And they say, teacher, aapka bachcha hai, aapko de diya, aap jano. Now, handling such children, and what happens when you let 2, 3 not do their homework? Then the others also get little liberty that, why should we? And I do believe I teach English, sir. Okay. So in English, a little repetition is required, especially for writing skills. So homework not being done regularly, and these disruptive students, if you could help this. And also grown-up children taking parents a little for granted or being rude. I understand they are under pressure, but a little politeness is expected. We also had pressure, and we also have older parents. Thank you, sir.
I understand. Yes. Okay, so let us start with the session. Who is coming first? Is it Ashwini or Gayatri?
Me, sir.
Yeah. I'll just share your PPT.
Yes. Good evening, dear participants. I gladly welcome you all to the session. Today's session is problem solving, as sir has discussed a few things earlier. By seeing this picture, what you people understand, and can anyone find this puzzle, the way for the tortoise to reach its eggs? Who is finding first?
To find out a way, to find out the route.
Yeah. Sir, previous slide. Has anyone got the way? Have you found? Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can anyone tell me why this puzzle is given here? Participants, please be interactive. Then only we can come with the more interaction with you.
There are so many roadblocks.
Okay, ma'am.
And then they have to find the path.
What you have said is correct. So here, even in this small puzzle, we have a way to find some solution. In that way, there is a way for all the problems. So let us discuss about the problems in the upcoming slides. So next slide, sir. Okay, here. What is a problem? A problem is generally considered to be a task, a situation, or person which is difficult to deal with or control due to complexity and intransparency. So everyone face one or the other problems in day-to-day life. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Yes. So how we are going to solve the problems? It is not only in the professional place, even in the personal life and in our homes also, we find some problems according to the situation, or with some people will be keep having one or the other problems because of some misunderstandings or clashes. So how to solve that? Let us see. Next one, sir. Sir, next slide. So now here, how to solve a problem. So here we are going to raise few questions like why the problem has arisen, what is the reason for the problem, how to solve the problem, who is the main reason or who created this issue in that way, and when it happened, how to solve it. These are few questions we are going to ask to ourselves before we solve the problem. Next slide, sir. Sir, next slide, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, next slide, please. I think, sir, it's not there. Okay. So, do you have any ideas how to solve a problem? Before we discuss.
First of all, we should stay calm and analyze the situation properly.
Okay. We have to analyze the situation. We have to stay calm. Yes. Any other answers? Any other response?
Perceive as a subjective and subjective.
Can you repeat once again, ma'am? Your voice is not clear.
Perceive the problem, subjective as well as objective.
Okay. Okay.
See what are the reasons.
We can also ask ourselves.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, continue.
Sir, next slide, sir.
We should think what the reasons are, and next time try to avoid those reasons which cause the problem.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. Okay,
I think, ma'am, we should also think. Hello, ma'am. I think we should also think. Is the problem external or internal?
Exactly. Yes. Now here, how to solve a problem. First, we are going to, I showed the previous picture, right? Like how to solve, why it happened, when it happened, what is the reason for the problem, like that. We are going to have some questions into ourselves. Then we are going to think how to solve the problem. That is critical thinking. So problems, the questions plus thinking is going to be the critical thinking of a problem. Next one, sir. Next, what is problem solving? Problem solving is the process of defining a problem, identifying its root cause, prioritizing and selecting potential solutions, and implementing the chosen solution. There is no one size fits all problem solving process. So does all the problems have the same size or the same solution to clear the problem?
No, ma'am.
No, because each problem has different situation, different task, something like that. So each problem has different things. It's not going to be the same solution, or it is not going to be the same size of problem which everyone faces in day-to-day life. Next slide, sir. Okay, here, problem solving. Definition is problem solving is a cognitive process used to identify, analyze, and resolve challenges or obstacles. It involves evaluating various solutions and selecting the most suitable one based on the given criteria. Effective problem solving requires critical thinking, creativity, and the ability to apply different strategies and techniques. So this here in the upcoming slides, one by one, we are going to learn the strategy and techniques, like which are the steps to be followed stepwise. What is the first step, second step to solve the problem? In that way, we are going to find in the upcoming slides. Here, there is an example, 5 whys. The 5 whys method is a problem solving technique that involves asking why 5 times to drill down into the root cause of an issue. Here, can anyone guess what is that 5 whys here? Is it going to be some different whys, or what is that? Any guesses?
No, ma'am. There'll be why, the same why, but in different situations. Why did the situation arise? Why did this situation arise? Why should this not happen the next time? The word why will be repeated, but in different situations. That's what I think.
Ma'am. Yes, you're somewhat right. The 5 whys problem solving technique is a simple process to follow to solve any problem by repeatedly asking the question why 5 times is a good rule of thumb to peel away the layers of symptoms that can lead to the root cause of a problem. So when we ask repeatedly why again and again, there will be one or the other solution, one or the other thoughts or thinkings we will get. Even if we, as a teachers, when we find some issue in the class, when we ask why for the first time, will we get the answer why that problem has created in the class?
Not necessarily.
Not. When you ask the second why to another child, will you get some answer related to the issue?
Yes, little bit.
Yeah. So when we ask the why again and again, at least for 5 times, we are going to know the exact reason for the problem. And here, this 5 why strategy relates to the principle systematic problem solving. And next here, PROCON analysis. A PROCON analysis helps in weighing the advantages and disadvantages of a decision, facilitating more informed and balanced choices. That is either that the problem is going to give us some advantages or disadvantages when we take some decision. That is PROCON analysis. Next slide, sir. Okay, here are the 4 steps which we are going to see in problem solving today. The first one is define problem. That is how to define a problem. Generate alternatives. That is creating new ideas to solve the problem. Evaluate alternatives and choose solutions. Implement and evaluation solution. Next slide, sir. These are the 4 steps which we are going to learn in our problem solving webinar today. How to define a problem. It's something that's need to be solved or overcome. Everyone has a problem, but we have to overcome that problem, right? Without overcoming the problem, can we stay in a free mind? Is
No,
it possible to? No. So there are many different ways to define a problem. One way is to think of it as a question that needs to be answered. That is why it happened, how it happened, when it happened, and what is the solution to solve the problem. In this way, we are going to question and we are going to get the answers to ourselves first. Another way is to think of it as a goal that needs to be achieved. As achieving some of our goals in the life, even in the classroom scenario, solving a problem is a big goal. When the child, two students has fight between them, Am I right, my dear participants?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, how we are going to define the problem? We'll see in the next slide. Next one, sir. Here. Define and identify the problem. Write down a statement which summarizes the problem. That is, first we are going to think and write a statement that is going to summarize our problem. This statement may be long if the problem is complex. So if something happens between students, we will have two children had a great fight in the class. They fought with each other, and the information has gone to parents. Will it be easy to solve the problem there when the parents are approaching us?
No, ma'am, it's not so easy.
No, so it is going to be a long-term problem, because first we teachers will talk to the parent. Later, we will take the issue to the coordinator or counselor in the school, or then it will go to the principal. So it is going to be the long-term process of the problem. Set goal for solving the problem. So how we are going to solve the problem? We have to set a goal. So and so time. In between this time gap or within this time period, I'm going to solve the problem. We have to set a goal. Otherwise, will the problem be solved so soon? It will be prolonging or it will be dragged. And before defining or identifying the problem, before we find some clarity about the problem, it is better not to discuss with others who can manipulate the things. So when they manipulate it, the one step of the problem will become 5 steps more. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So first, let us set a goal to solve the problem. Then we'll discuss it with others to take a decision alone, not for the solution. Then example, here is an example. The computer will boot up, but immediately turn off itself off. Have you observed this? When we are restarting or when we are updating the computer, it will boot up, but immediately it will turn off itself and then it will on. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So here, when the problem is solved, the computer will be usable. In the same way, let us first define the problem and identify the exact reason why the problem has arisen. And then let us go to the next step. Next slide, sir. Okay. Analyze the problem. So how to analyze a problem? As someone said, we have to analyze the problem. In the beginning of the session, someone said that we have to analyze it well. How we are going to analyze? Here are few questions we are going to ask before we are going to solve or we are going to find a solution to the problem. How long has the problem been going on? What are the causes of the problem? What are the effects and symptoms of the problem? Are there multiple steps to solving this specific problem? So these are the questions we are going to ask within ourselves first. Then we can, if it is a classroom scenario, if the problem is with students, first we can think which is the root cause of the problem, like that. Later, what we can do is we can call and talk to the students. If two students had fight, we can first talk to the one student, later one student, and we have to find the root cause by these steps. That is how the problem raised, what are the causes of the problem, what is the symptom, and what is the step to solve the problem. We have to analyze. Do you agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions or anything to add over here? Dear participants, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next slide, sir. Okay, here comes, that is identifying possible solutions. Here it is like generating new ideas. The best way to find alternatives or to create ideas in solving a problem is brainstorming. So here, brainstorming is a method used by individuals or groups to generate innovative ideas or solutions for a specific issue, that is problem. Brainstorming encourages free thinking and unrestricted sharing of thoughts, promoting a creative and collaborative atmosphere. Do you agree? Brainstorming will be the best way of creating new ideas in the problem. So here, those working to solve the problem should come up with as many solutions as possible. Often, one person's idea may spur the ideas of others. All ideas should be written down to evaluate later. For example, we'll think one child has done some misbehavior in the class. We have taken this issue to office. That is to a headmistress, to the in-charge teacher, to the principal, coordinator, all the higher authorities are there. How this situation will be handled, can anyone tell? Using these steps, how it will be handled?
Ma'am, could you repeat it once more, what you just said?
For example, here we have seen a few steps to solve a problem using brainstorming method, right, ma'am? That is to create ideas to solve the problem. Here, one student has done some misbehavior or something mischief in the class. We have taken that student to the office. In the office means we know there will be coordinators, principal, in-charge teacher, headmistress, so and so. So the one child is the person there who has done some misbehavior. How we are going to solve the problem according to these steps? Let us not evaluate or let us not find a solution. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think first all will be thinking of what made the child do this.
Yes, exactly. That is the defining the problem. What made the child to do so? That is the first thing. Okay. In brainstorming, how we will make the child to answer?
Maybe the one who has heard it or one who has who is taking responsibility of solving this may raise questions to others in a brainstorming activity.
Okay, ma'am. So here,
the first step is written in brainstorming. Those working to solve the problem should come up with as many solutions as possible. So all the people who are involved, the coordinator, the teachers, the principal, I think they should come up with think of solutions for how to reform the child instead of straight away pouncing on the child or punishing him.
Exactly. Yes.
Don't punish him. Don't punish him. Be kind to him and find like ma'am said that try to find out the reason for the behavior and then try to reform the child. We can try to reform the child, and if there's a certain cause for that which is causing the child to be mischievous, that cause has to be removed.
Exactly, you're right, ma'am. So here all ideas should be written down to evaluate later. So before calling the students, exactly the teachers would have discussed about the scenario over there, right? Before calling the student to question, they would have discussed previously how to talk to the child or how to make the child to reveal the truth. Something they might have discussed there, right? So there also, when all the higher authorities are together, their ideas should be written. Later, it has to be taken as a suggestion, or it is going to be the decision for the problem which the child has done. Let us see.
Ma'am, here, who will write? Excuse me, ma'am. Who will write these their solution?
Maybe
do you think
the
they'll
class
all write
teacher?
on their own, or
no.
she
They
will
not
note
write
down?
on their class teacher is the main
Note
person
down.
for the student to know. So she will note down.
Okay, she's the mediator, so she will note down.
Yeah. Next slide, sir. Here are few brainstorming steps. First, set direction, stay focused, involve everyone, invite wild ideas, look for obvious, cross-fertilize, suspend judgment, allow repetitions, don't stop, and display ideas. These are the few brainstorming steps and tricks to be followed. Here, my part is getting over. I hand over the session to Gayatri ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Do
Thank
you
you,
have
ma'am.
any doubts in these two steps, like defining the problem or identifying the solution or creating new ideas?
Ma'am, please explain this part, cross-fertilize.
Brainstorming. Yeah, cross-fertilize.
Cross-fertilize is we are going to cross-check where has the problem created. There will be one opposite party for that problem, right? Even from their end, for example, you take one child, it has happened in our school. One boy, in his water bottle, they have added some paint. Okay, but why it happened, none of us don't know. It happened in some science period or something, but the complaint came to us is like one child added paint towards my bottle, but we don't know who added. When we cross-check with the child who has added the paint, he told us that he has already done it 2 days back in my bottle, so I have done it today. So not only asking for the that is not only checking by one student alone, we have to cross-check with the opposite side also. That is one judgment. Okay. One way judgment should not be done. We have to cross-check with both the sides and we have to take decisions. Any other doubts, dear participants? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. தெரியுது மூஞ்ச பார்த்துச்சு அந்த இதை நமக்குள்ள அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
Sir, shall I start?
Yes, ma'am. Just a second, ma'am. I'm starting the video.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. Okay. Good evening, participants. Once again, a warm welcome to one and all present here. I am Gayatri, working as a teacher at Wales Vidyashram, Chennai. Before getting into the topic, let's watch a video. Sir,
shall I start? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ashwini ma'am, for your insightful information shared with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
चपाती और दूध पिलाओ.
hope you all enjoyed this video.
Excuse me, Gayatri ma'am, the meeting